Hi, I'm Jeff Smith, serial entrepreneur, investor, liver, lover, and giver. I've built and sold 4 companies with my last exit at 60 million after generating hundreds of thousands of referrals for those in need of addiction treatment and saving an estimated 15,000 lives. I did Lifestyle Perfected because I was fulfilled in many ways. I also had major transitions in my life, from selling a company that I ran for 5 years to uncoupling from a 3.5-year romantic relationship to moving and building a new home, etc. And I just had a knowing that there was so much growth available to me if I embraced the opportunity with Nadav. He lives a radical life, and he's a master at intuiting what others are going through, what they're seeking, and how they can get there. I've known Nadav for what is it, almost 20 years, maybe even a couple more. I've been able to see his transition and growth into what he's become and mastery of a lot of these incredible skills. And in working with him in business and as a friend, I've often had the opportunity to benefit from our relationship, but to have it be, through this sort of really concentrated lens of the Lifestyle Perfected program that he's created, I knew would be incredible. For me, my biggest goal with Lifestyle Perfected was to improve my relationship with time and energy in my life. I wanted to gain more mastery over time creation and ensure that I had the energy to be present, powerful, and available for important people, projects, and other parts of my life. Like fitness, travel, relationships, that kind of stuff. I've cultivated new habits and practices that have me feeling more assertive, more in power over how time works in my life, and just having higher levels of energy for what I'm really intent on creating in the world. In terms of relationships, on that note, the other major goal for me was improvement in the area of love and attracting the relationship that I want in my life. So through Lifestyle Perfected, I've been able to really get present to exactly the type of woman that I'm manifesting into my life. And as I've evolved and focused in this area, I've enjoyed cultivating relationships with women who I feel are, a match for me, consistently feeling closer to creating the relationship of my dreams. What's been beautiful about this process is that I've achieved the ability, this ability to vulnerably communicate with women in a way that leaves us both empowered and continuing to enjoy any form the relationship takes, whether that's friendship or romantic. So, I think said differently, I've totally put experience over expectations, and a genuine concern for others' happiness and fulfillment over any, egotistical need for being wanted or winning anyone's desire. So, in layman's terms, I'm just now, open to the types of relationships that sort of naturally emerge with women, and even if that's one that I felt really strongly about, but it goes in the friend direction, that's totally cool. I want her to be happy, and I want her to be experiencing the type of love and the type of romantic relationships that she wants. And the more that I think you kind of give out that energy and genuinely have that desire for people, hopefully that's A, just mirrored back, but B, I think that also creates, it brings about that possibility in your own life. In business and impact, one of the most remarkable things that Nadav has done for me, and this has been the case multiple times, is to, within even sometimes just a single email or one brief conversation, actually change the course of my business or objectives in a way that created total alignment and exponential results, enjoyment and profit for me. For example, a few years ago, he coached me on seeing the value of our business's offering and recognizing that we had graduated from needing, to prove ourselves in the space. And that led us to raising prices and setting more favorable terms for ourselves. And ultimately, we absolutely crushed it in large part due to this. We could provide a far better service to fewer, more engaged and deserving clients by charging more and sort of just setting more of the terms that how we needed them to work for us to do our best work. And the result was kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? We charge more for better work, and we did better work because we could afford to, and that enabled us to repeat that process of upscaling numerous times and eventually making the 8-figure sale of the company. My next level personal mission is to foster the development of 100 influencer-driven brands with a reach, within the hundreds of millions of people, that support social impact causes through sales proceeds and their influencers' time, social sharing, and their reach to create awareness. So I'm going to meet that goal as well as the goal of driving 1 billion views of conscious content through this endeavor. I think that with hundreds of millions of inspired fans connecting on that wavelength with influencers that they admire, who are doing purpose-driven work, I believe that we can change the world in a big way. Nadav's coaching continues to support me in this vision and mission unfolding, and I'm increasingly more and more confident that it will happen faster and actually easier than I could have imagined. Let's see what else. Nadav's created a number of systems that are pretty easy to integrate into your habits and your daily space that are really powerful. Systems, leadership tools, resources that are just really useful, integrated into both personal life and business. The components span areas of life, whether that's like the daily adventure, where I'm able to instantly in one place with one practice reconnect with my intentions each day, and have that sort of be the paradigm, or the lens through which the rest of my day is viewed and flows, and benefit from rituals that create growth, happiness, and peace for me. Or time creation, support with my calendar. There's personal financial planning, project management systems, communication tools, stuff like that, that I find elevate my performance to new heights. I think that it's great in that it's very kind of a la carte, but it's also a really robust buffet if you're ready to dive into and can benefit from new systems in all of those places. I think the last thing I'll just say is, if you're at a place where you're craving breakthroughs in vital areas of your life, whether that's in relationships or attracting love, or your career or a business that you want to grow, or even spiritual and physical health, or all of those things, you can get those areas in flow and in abundance with Lifestyle Perfected. The risk is relatively little, and the reward is life-changing. So for me, I'll place bets like that all day long, and hopefully you're willing to do the same thing for yourself. Good luck.
Hi everyone, and hello Nadav. My name is Ariana, and I want to start this video to say thank you, Nadav, for giving me the chance to attend this program, Lifestyle Perfected. It's been an incredible journey. I remember first time I met Nadav, and he was asking me why I would like to attend in the program, and I was at that time in a place in my life where I was very confused. I had gone through some difficulties that made me very lost, sad, and I didn't really know what direction I should go in life. I needed help. So I remember I told Nadav I just want to find out my purpose here in life, and if I just knew that, I would just go that direction. So in this program, I learned to get more in touch with myself, to go from a place of where I'm feeling good, what is most aligned to me, what my passion is, and what I love to do. Because I was acting from a place of confusion, lack, guilt, and I didn't feel good. So in this program, I met so many beautiful souls, and I learned as well to be more open and vulnerable and to share things with other people. And what I realized was that there are so many people around you that is going through struggles and difficulties as well. And when you're a group of people and you're starting to share, it opens up so much love. And I'm just so grateful for having the chance to attend Lifestyle Perfected. It's been an incredible journey since that. I'm acting from a place of alignment, from love, from where my passions and my true desires are. And here I am now starting my own business as a life coach as well. And I had no idea that this journey would take me to where I am today. And I just want to say, Nadav, thank you so much for creating this. You are an incredible person, and I'm so grateful for having the chance to do this program, because it's been life-changing for me. Sending you so much love, and everyone out there as well. And life is beautiful.
Hey there, my name is Jolie Dawn, and I wanted to share with you who Nadav Wilf has been for me and the Lifestyle Perfected Mastermind. And I've just really enjoyed the opportunity to work with Nadav. For me, he is this symbol of having it all, and he does it so seamlessly and effortlessly, it seems. And I just really appreciate the model that he's been of being able to have prosperity, see the world, do things differently, challenge the norms. And our coaching has been very powerful together. He really walked me through something called the daily adventure. So every single day I get to ask intentional questions of myself and see what kind of person I want to be, and spend time in inquiry around different key areas of my life, and really ask, how do I want to show up? What kind of leader do I want to be? What are the things that I'm telling myself every day that are affecting who I am in the world? And so after working with Nadav, I just feel like a lightness, an ability to move forward, and also connected with some badass people. Nadav knows the coolest people from around the world, and I have made great lifelong friends in his class. I've collaborated with people. I've wrote a book with one of the other mastermind attendees. And I really do highly recommend this mastermind for anybody who is interested in living their best life and wants to meet who they truly are. And also wants to live an unconventional life, wants to travel and do things and not play by any certain rules. So thank you, Nadav, for all of the help that you've been in my life. And you're somebody who I continue to learn from. And I just appreciate you so much. Thank you.
I'm really excited where we're at right now. We just raised another $125,000, and we lined up another $1 million that's going to give us runway for the next year and get us to profitability. So that feels really great as a early stage company, getting people to put that vote of confidence in you, and just overall it's good to have that money in the bank. I don't know.
My name is Bobby Brannigan. I'm the founder and CEO at Mercado. We're an online marketplace for independent grocery stores. So I started working with Lifestyle Perfected about 3 months ago. And my aim was to enjoy and improve what I do. That's not great.
It's okay. It's all going to be edited.
Yeah. So you could just slice and dice. Yeah.
Just go. Just go for it. Don't worry about like, it's not going to be like, okay, now this is exactly what you said. Like, we're going to cut it out. So
Yeah. So I'm trying to think, like, because one of the things in the beginning was that I wasn't enjoying what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take greater, I wanted to have fun in what I'm doing. Obviously, because ultimately, if you have fun in what you do a better job at it. So being a second time, founder doing this, the first time around, everything was new for me. And, the second time was a different thing for me because I expected so much growth. I put so much pressure on myself. So I was trying to find a way to take, have greater enjoyment in the process of what I'm doing without just feeling that pressure all the time. So, Nadav has really helped me with my perspective of how I should approach things, and in terms of, how I should be aligning with the opportunities that are out there, and not necessarily focusing on problems and the negative aspects of what I'm doing, but more focusing on where I need to, what opportunities I need to attract to myself. So, when we started working together, I was in that tough area of fundraising where, a lot of entrepreneurs don't really like. And I wasn't enjoying that. Obviously, it's not very easy to enjoy fundraising. And Nadav has helped me take a different perspective to it. And we talked about, what I can enjoy in the meetings, what I can take out of a meeting, what can be learned, from these great people that I'm meeting with. Because it's not just me pitching them. It's them, having all this information that they could share and help me with the business model and grow the business. So as I started changing my perspective of these fundraising meetings, I ended up not only enjoying the meetings, but getting a lot more out of them. So instead of coming out of meetings thinking, all right, what's going to be the next step? What's going to end up out of this? I came out of the meeting and immediately with value. And I would pull back the things that, immediately I can act on. Intros that I got out of the meetings to other people that could just outright help the business. So Lifestyle Perfected really helped me take a different perspective on the way I was pursuing growth in my business, and really thinking holistically about what is the mission that I'm pursuing. What am I really passionate about? What am I really believing in? So the fundraising component was a really big part of this. I remember early on, because it was really weighing me down. Because as with other founders, you could spend more than half of your time fundraising, and what you really want to do is you want to be building your business. Yep. So we're really, together we came up with a much better approach to fundraising, and I'm in a much better place today. We were able to put together the funding scenario that made sense for us, and not have to worry about it all the time. So that was one aspect, and I guess I could talk about the sales growth as well.
Yeah, so why don't you just say, if you don't mind. Now we have, 5 investors interested actually in taking the whole round, and we're at term sheet.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sounds good. So now we have 5 interested investors that want to move forward, and we're awaiting term sheets. So several of them are interested in taking the full round. So instead of trying to piece together, around, one at a time, we have people that have come along and well-experienced individuals that are looking to take the whole round.
Great.
So that really feels great.
Amazing. I think just like we have plenty. So I think if the other 2 things would be great. One would be just like say the results of your sales growth, like kind of just like the numbers that you've seen over the past, like I know you said 26% growth, like month over month, and like what the year amount was. If you say that would be cool. And then a little bit about like your life balance, like a little bit about how like now you're like meditating in the morning, and you're getting your workouts in, and how you lost some weight. And then also, if you want, any shifts in your relationship with Priscilla, like. Yeah.
So let me think. On the sales side. So, with me stressing less about fundraising and spending less time ultimately on fundraising, I was able to spend more time growing the company, and we worked together and focusing on determining what were the key areas to focus on and which areas I should not be spending my time on, and ultimately we ended up growing the company over the past several months. November was a great month. We were up 247% year over year and 26% month over month. So, ultimately in the fundraising process, it's great to have, growth going along with it. And that growth helped us get to what we had to get to. But it was really the combination of, having the right approach in fundraising and not spending all my time fundraising. And then in terms of growing the company, focusing on the right things to really move the needle. So it was great that, we were able to focus on the right areas and devote the time to scale those parts of the business.
Very good. Okay. Good. And then I think just up to two more minutes, because I want to jump into the coaching. So we have a full 45 minutes. So if you could just talk about your personal life, kind of the life balance in your personal life. And I think kind of like feeling like it's actually beneficial for me to have balance in those areas, and I can perform better when I do.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing. So, and then if you want to talk about your personal life.
Okay. So one thing that I've personally always neglected as an entrepreneur is myself and the way that I feel and what I do. And I've always been the kind of person who just works 14-hour days nonstop, focused on results, trying to move the needle. But I hadn't really over the past several years put a lot of time into how I feel personally. And with Lifestyle Perfected, it got me to think more about how can I feel better physically. And if I feel better physically, it allows me to think better and to feel more positive, and to be a better leader. So, and actually, surprisingly, we didn't have this goal, but I ended up losing 15 pounds in the process. And not by doing anything crazy. I didn't go on some crazy diet or anything. All I simply did is start, jumping on the elliptical every other morning, stretching out and doing some light weights. And it allowed me to feel a lot better. And obviously it was nice to lose 15 pounds. I guess I didn't need that. So that's kind of the physical side. And then personally, personally, it's got me to realize how valuable it is to spend more time with my significant other. My wife and I spend more time together, and I just want to make it seem too like rosy and exciting. Like now I spend more time with my wife, and I lost weight. And obviously, you'll edit it to make it
it's good. I mean,
appropriate.
It's not sensational. That's what I like about it. It's not like, and my life's like. It's just like, it was a step-by-step thing, and we get to spend more. I mean, all you need to say is like, we just spend more time together and get to enjoy each other on this journey. Versus sometimes it's like, work for 14 hours a day, and then like once I sell the company, that's when we spend time. It's like, right? Yeah. So I've always had this approach of where I focus and build, and life is for later, right? Last time when I sold my company. I ended up selling it, took several months, enjoyed myself, and then I was back at it. So this time around, I'm trying to take a different approach in what I do. And recently over the past several months, I've been able to spend more time with my wife and to spend time on the weekends and do some fun stuff and to get my mind off work a little bit, which has proved to be really beneficial because, I shouldn't be out there just thinking about work 24/7. And in doing that, I wasn't really able to take that 3,000 foot perspective like one should. So that extra time, spending away has been really helpful. Amazing. And cool. I think that's good. Okay. Thanks, brother. All right. Thank you.
Okay, Nadav, here is my testimonial for Lifestyle Perfected. I was sitting around one day and my wife has this suggestion that I should do this course with Nadav to maybe expand my business. I happened to be open to it at the time. I said, hey, I could use some inner work, and I signed up. And early on in the course, it was about doing what feels good. And if you do what feels good, then you're aligned with the universe. And at first, I'm kind of like, oh God, one of these courses. But what happened was extremely awesome and powerful. I really discovered, one, that I had put to bed doing triathlons and being an endurance athlete, which really is a huge passion of mine, and I had all of these reasons and resignations why I shouldn't do it anymore. I'm old, I'm a dad, I don't have time to have that lifestyle. So I ended up signing up for a full Ironman triathlon, which I'm fully in training, and that led to starting a coaching business. I saw Nadav doing it, and having, had a background of coaching over 100,000 people myself, I really saw that it had no integrity for me to not be coaching people myself. So I am jumping off the cliff and launching my own business and my own brand. And I have never been more alive. I'm living my truth, and I'm living aligned with the universe. So I'm so grateful, and the people that were on it were extraordinary, and just Nadav's space allowed me to show up, and I'm so grateful. It's an amazing course. I recommend that everybody do it, and yeah, thank you. Okay, you can edit whatever you want out of this little video. Okay, ciao, arrivederci.
My name is Stephen Cox. I'm the founder and CEO of TakeLessons.com. We're an education technology company that empowers instructors to make a better living doing what they love, teaching. Being a venture-backed startup presents itself with unique challenges to both the business as well as my personal life. There's constant pressure to grow rapidly and scale, to take market share and find the right product for the right market. We have to balance building great products for our users while meeting the expectations and needs of our investors, all while providing an incredible work environment for all of our employees. It's easy to get distracted and worn down with the fires of every day, and unless you have a plan, it can take a toll on your emotional state of mind. And that is where Nadav comes in. I've known Nadav for 10 years and done coaching with him. I've seen him help countless number of executives, entrepreneurs, socially conscious leaders, and visionaries get the most from their business and the most from their belief system. For me personally, Nadav has been a voice of reason that's always guided me back to the most important things: my principles, my state of mind, and my belief in possibility. I can say that I'm a better, more thoughtful leader thanks to Nadav's work. Now, if you've never tried coaching before, I really recommend that you give Nadav a call. I think you'll find that it's time well spent, and the breakthroughs you'll have should be both immediate as well as impactful. You truly don't know what you're missing until you give it a shot. So go ahead, reach out to Nadav today and get ready to break through to the next level of growth.
My name is Eldad Oz, Israeli. Was working, serving my country for 4 years. Was an officer in the army. Was 3 years in the Secret Service. And after that, I opened a company with my brother. I'm the partner and founder of a company in the weapon industry. Opened it in 2003. Worked there for 14 years until 2016. The company today has more than 100 employees with the revenues of close to $20 million. I met Nadav 2 years ago in Costa Rica on the beach. And it really was a big turning point in my life. For a very long time wanted to this not in what business is doing and not the partnership that was in. I had other dreams and passion that I wanted to go after, and it really, I think, Nadav, and just through conversation that we had, even before the coaching that we started, just a conversation on the beach, it really opened my world to new possibilities for in my life that I didn't believe that can happen, or I didn't have the courage to believe in myself that I can actually fulfill these dreams and go after my dreams. And since then, a big friendship started between me and Nadav, which I really appreciate. But also my life turned into a big shift. I quit my job, started new projects in the social impact world. I'm feeling that I'm much more aligned with myself and with my truth and going after what I believe in. Working with Nadav was really a beautiful experience, fulfilling. Okay, stop for a second.
You're good.
Yeah, good.
That's good.
On another, can I continue?
Yeah, of course.
So another, one of the biggest things is the sets of beliefs and feelings that we believe are our truth, and this is the reality. And I think one of the biggest things, gifts that Nadav gave me is really shifting, really doing a shift between what I believe I can do, or what I believe is the truth, or what I believe is the reality right now, that I must work by it, and going and shifting into what I really believe I can do, and really going after my dream and believing that they can really happen, and believing in myself. And since I did this shift, really huge things shifted in my life, in all levels, not only in the business and my financial life, but also with my relationship, the partner that I want to be with, relationship with the family, with other things. I think it was a big shift. It's in many levels, in many places in my life, and I can't be more thankful for that. It's the biggest gift I can do myself, is working with Nadav.
Thank you, brother.
What else?
You want to talk a little bit about what you're doing now?
Sure.
Talk about Beit Shanti, Dance for Life.
Yeah, so in 1 year, I think, since less than a year, I left the business that I'm working 14 years, selling now in the final process of selling all my shares in all the businesses that I'm partner in the weapon industry. So I'm really getting outside of this industry that I personally not feeling aligned with anymore. And shifting my life in something that I'm very close to my heart, and it's a social work. And I have a few projects that I'm working on. One is working with House of Shanti, that it's a house, is a warm and loving house for children in distress, children who've been through sexual abuse and violence abuse. And that they're giving an opportunity and a real home for them to live. It's in Israel, and they have two places. One home is in Tel Aviv, and one home is in the desert. When I was visiting the place, I really got connected with the founder, with Mayuma, and with the children, and the energy that they have there in the place. And I wanted to help them with my knowledge, with my business knowledge, a more sustainable foundation, not all the time rely on contribution and donations. And one of the things that we created is a festival that's happening every year. It's happening in July of 2017, and the next one is in April of 2018. And the first one was more than 1,000 people came to this festival, and we raised $50,000 to House of Shanti. We're working now on building hotel in the property of House of Shanti in the desert, that all the revenues of the hotel will go to support House of Shanti. And I'm planning to actually join and working full times for House of Shanti, working with the founder in March 2018, and then open new location of the House of Shanti in Jerusalem and in north of Israel. I have another dream that I'm working on for the past year and a half, and is calling Olam. Is actually building an artist center for this in Israel, bringing Israelis, Palestinians, all kinds, Orthodox, Jewish, Muslims, from all walks of life, leaders in one place to create together art, music, and so on. And that project, it's a big project. It's something that's very close to my heart because I really love and appreciate art and music. And I think the power of art and music to change people's perspectives and beliefs. So yeah, I have big dreams and I'm going after them. I'm excited about it. I have a new lab also.
Beautiful.
Friend.
Can you share a little bit? That's very good. Thank you. Can you share, what does it feel like, focusing in an area that's not necessarily your passion, and then kind of waking up to your passion and focusing in that area? Just like, what does it feel like?
Well, when I do things that in the last few years, once I stopped believing in what I'm doing, I had my physical body, but I was dead inside. I'm feeling really empty inside, really feeling with no purpose, not coming with any work, not doing my job. It was very, very hard for me to do anything in my own business because I stopped believing in what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And skip that to doing in something that I believe and I'm passionate about. There is so much. It's feeling alive again. I'm feeling like I'm reborn. I'm feeling like there is a new that suddenly. I'm feeling there is a new chapter in my life. There is until this point and from this point, changed dramatically. I can tell you that everything is amazing. Everything is now sweet because there are challenges to change. I really, I had a huge salary. I used to get like $20,000 a month. Now suddenly I don't have this salary anymore. So there is challenges. But once you decide to go with your truth, with what you believe in, with your passion, the reward is so big, and it doesn't feel like a compromise.
Yeah.
It feels like this is the only decisions that I felt that I can take. Is living that and going after what I believe in.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy and grateful to do this decision. I could continue to live my life in a kind of a lie for so many years, lying to myself, not to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm giving this opportunity to start a new life. I'm in life.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Feels amazing. Yeah, feels amazing.
And if you want for me to come and you have more questions and stuff like that, we can go again on the line and we can back and forth with this stuff, yeah?
Yeah. We'll work on that. Awesome. No, it was really good. I really appreciate it. I'm super happy that it's made a difference for you, and we'll continue to make a difference for each other.
Definitely. And we have a friendship for life. It's beyond just the coaching and
of course.
It's a friendship. It's a brotherhood. And that's something also that it's priceless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Linsen Abdon. People call me Lulu or Lisha, or actually I'm baptized to Anna or Caroline. I am Swedish and second generation of a grain milling company based out of Minneapolis, where I joined the board last year. We come from like a line of Scandinavian millers, but brought Scandinavian milling practices to the US in the 80s to really support Americans to grow to grow their food in a more sustainable way, to protect the farmland. We designed a program called Sustainable Growers Program, turning soil organic, because there's more demand for organic produce in America now than there is supply. So, we have this program, but we're also importing. The main business goal has been to push fiber into fast food on the client side, and we did that. We were the ones to put fiber in Subway and McDonald's and Starbucks, and yeah, it's going really well and it's super fun. It's a big business, and yeah, we have a lot of impact. And yeah, I've been on the board for a year now, and I'm about to become a shareholder, and in a few years me and my sisters will be the majority shareholders of this business. I'm as well an entrepreneur in food, in healthy foods. I have a company called Boca. I do whole bean cacao from Colombia. Again, there's a dual business approach. We work on the producer side with the farmers in Colombia who specifically have gone from growing cocaine to growing cacao. So we collaborate with the Investment for Peace Fund in Colombia. And on the client side or the user side back home, we offer this really high quality cacao as an alternative to caffeine or banned substances. So we say from cocaine to cacao, farm to dance floor, and are having a lot of fun with that. It's the first year. We launched in July, and next year we're having I guess that will be our first full year, and we have product launches in London in April and May. Yeah. As well, I'm an investor in food, and I invest in plant-based companies only. And I've done so in Europe and the US, and with really the mission to just push the plant-based market. And yeah, but just like with Grain Millers, my family business, and with Boca, it's working both the producer, giving farmers a chance to grow good organic food, and offering something healthy to the consumer. So yes, that's what I do. And I met Nadav at Burning Man 2016 and was going through a bit of a tough time organizing my professional life, being an entrepreneur, an investor, and inheriting a family business. So what Nadav offered, or what I was really attracted to with Lifestyle Perfected, was this kind of no bullshit approach. I've been working with other coaches and just read a lot on alignment and such, and I felt like everything was sugar-coated in a way, or it was really lengthy processes. While with Nadav, it was like this. He would interrupt you. He would there would be curse words. It would be pretty straightforward, just interrupting you while you go on and explaining yourself to yourself and to Nadav why you're stuck in this limiting belief or this conviction and why things not work out. And yeah, instead of just having a long discussion about it, was just kind of straight to the point, just cut that shit out, which I really liked. I think that approach is a great way to get going on any type of journey. So that's why I chose it. We worked mainly on alignment, and not only on business side, but also on the personal side. being being a CEO, shareholder, like belonging to family business, and a woman. It's sometimes, it's been a bit challenging for me to know like what battles to choose, like who to please and not to please, and just be brave enough to stand for my own choices. So we worked on that. I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. In the middle of the program, we went to Africa Burn, and we're good friends today. And yeah, I'm really happy I did the program and got going on this. I know there's a lot of more work to be done, and I still catch myself in this negative pattern. But I think, just like Nadav taught, you just have to just stop kidding yourself and get real. Do you want me to say something else?
Wow, I love it. That's really good.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Now, do you want me to say something more about women? Like, sure. I don't have so much experience with it, but if you want to reach out to women, like I'm thinking.
I think you could say something about like, the important, like, how supportive I am of women. Like, kind of the way I operate with women. Potentially, women entrepreneurs, and that's like, it's really important to me. So I wrote like the Rise of the Shiro blog, and that's why like I'm, just even like relationship wise, like I'm very respectful, connected, just overall the feminine. So I don't know if you felt that. But
I guess I've always just taken it for granted, that we're equal, like,
Yeah.
I've always grown up like that, and I can talk a bit about that.
Yeah.
Having grown up in Sweden and in an all-girls family, early on I wasn't very exposed to inequalities in the workplace or inequalities to come in my professional life. But when stakes have got higher and I've become a shareholder in this American business, I've noticed these inequalities more and more. How it seems like guys are taken more serious than women when it comes to raising money, when it comes to, we talk about ambitions of our companies. I work in cacao, chocolate, and I have huge plans for my companies, but I can be met with like, oh, that's cute, or you should sell it at our market or something when I come there and talk about changing the world by planting trees. The same with the company I had before, it's a cookie company. We had big plans for the cookie company, but I was immediately put in this kind of housewife category of like baking cookies as if that was just something cute. At the board, in America, I'm the first woman on the board. It's an industry with not many women. It's in Minneapolis, and we were closely connected to General Mills and the other food processing companies there, and it's lonely being a woman on a board of such a company. And I'm not, I don't know what to say about it, because it's so new to me, having been protected for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you could say, like, in regards to this, I'm not putting words in your mouth, so if it's the line to, but just having the support, the belief and support. Like I was consistently like, yeah, you can do it. You can have the conversations. You can be the leader. These are old people that, don't see how important it is to go in the direction of organic and sustainable and what it means in the world. And you can be profitable while doing that. And that was something I was consistently supportive of, especially being a woman. But if you didn't feel that, that was my intention. But if that wasn't felt, then.
But I never felt like you even judged me like that. So you've never encouraged me like that. It was like a non-issue for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I wouldn't work with a coach who would be like, oh, it's okay, even a woman can do it.
That's not what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is you had the experience of being lonely and challenged as a woman.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. It's fine. It's all good. Cool. Anything else you want to share?
I don't know. Like, it's so new to me, to be honest.
Yeah. Good.
It's like hard for me to acknowledge that there are differences.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing is like, that's what I mean, and so maybe that's where it's kind of the intention is lost. Is like, I don't see a difference. If anything, I see an advantage in being a woman, an advantage in having like the knowledge and that feminine energy that you can bring to the world, which is why I was supportive. I think we're good. That's plenty. So I really appreciate it.
I spoke to Rada about that actually. He wants to set up a fund for women.
All right, I asked Nadav if I could record a testimonial for him because he has just completely changed my life. So my name's Chris Winfield. I'm an entrepreneur and marketing expert and writer and all kinds of different things in New York City. And I've known Nadav for probably close to 10 years at this point. So we both had agencies at the same time, and I saw him transition from selling that agency and then selling another company and just everything, and doing really well from from a material standpoint. And and I always loved Nadav, and I thought he was just such a great guy. But what really just started to interest me, and when I really just took notice, was when he just changed his life. And when I would talk to him, he just seemed so at peace and in flow. I guess that's the best way that I could explain it. And I guess it was probably about 9 months ago, we were talking, and we were meeting when he was back in New York City, as he's traveling all over the world. And I had asked him, I said, hey, would you be willing to coach me? And I wasn't looking for a coach at that time. I coach people. I didn't really think that that's what I needed, but I just had this feeling that that there was something that he had that I wanted. And I asked him, could you coach me? And we started working together, and he started coaching me, and it's just been absolutely amazing. And some of the things that are the biggest game changers, I hate to use a word like that, but game changers for me, it's just been the way that I look at time. And the interesting thing is I write about productivity a lot, and I help people with that, but just in terms of even giving permission to not do something or not always having to be productive, and just how much more can come from that, and really just trying to be, not even trying, but just being in flow and staying in that, and just having that space and that permission, and having somebody like Nadav to guide me and just help me, on this weekly basis, and be there, help with relationships, and just letting things come to me. And it's just been absolutely amazing. And I've referred other people to him, and super successful entrepreneurs and people that a couple that have never worked with a coach before and didn't think that they needed the same thing. And I get these thank you notes from them, and it's just been an absolutely amazing experience for me. And it's super special because he was somebody close to me. And also in the past, I would not even have done that because I'd be like, oh, what can my friend do to help me? And I'm so glad that I just trusted that feeling, that intuition, to just go with it and ask him. And so if you have an opportunity to work with Nadav, take it. Take the leap. Go all in, and your life will just transform.
Hi everyone, I'm Tal Gur. I've been location independent, financially free for the last 10 years. And I met Nadav a year ago in Barcelona and was introduced to the whole Lifestyle Perfected. And I was really impressed by Nadav's energy, by the systems that he adopted. And I knew immediately when I met him that I want to be part of this. I wasn't sure exactly where I'm heading, but just my intuition led me into that.
Beautiful. It's been great knowing you, being co-inspired by you. And you've done a lot of personal development courses in your life, and you're hungry for expansion and growth. Like, what had you want to do Lifestyle Perfected?
Yeah, I've done a lot of personal development courses like Landmark, Anthony Robbins. I was pretty much a personal development junkie when I was younger. But as I grew older, I was way more selective in what I spend my time on. And actually right now I'm not doing any courses at all. And so when I met Nadav, something really hit me. Like, his authenticity, like he was very authentic, and he was real in many ways. A lot of time, like personal development courses, they promise the moon, and there's a lot of hype. And with Nadav, I felt like a very relaxed energy. And so I felt like, all right, this is a guy that I'm inspired by. I'm inspired by his lifestyle, by his persona, and yeah, that's what really pulled me into this specific program, and I didn't regret it.
That's good. No regrets. Yeah, and also, felt very connected to you. What was it that shifted for you during the program? Like, what results did you see, both from a perspective of kind of feelings, alignment, and I guess manifested results in your life?
Nadav, throughout the mastermind course, we went kind of different areas of life, but it really sorry. All right, so let me do it again. All right, so yeah,
he's doing a testimonial right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
it happens.
So I tried to be a little bit more yeah.
That was good. Keep going.
So where was I? Like, yeah, so what shifted to me, like, Nadav, like, had a very relaxed energy throughout the journey. And one thing that really shifted was from the idea that I have to achieve something to feel good. The shift was, let's focus on feeling good now. Let's focus on alignment now. With no relation what we're going to do, like what we're going to achieve, where we're heading, what's our goals. And from there, a lot of good things will happen. So me being such a goal-oriented person, sometimes there was a little bit of like resistance to that. Like, it was like, wait a minute, no, I really want to, start the day and already like go and achieve. And what happened, the shift was so dramatic in so many ways, because even these days, like the first 2 hours of my day, I do nothing in relation to achievement. It's all about alignment. It's all about like getting to, reminding myself my purpose, reminding myself who I am, just bringing this quality, meditating, and then go into like achievement. So that's pretty dramatic in my life.
Beautiful. Yeah, isn't it so important? It's like when we feel good, we've won. Any, like, during the course and the program, any kind of big ideas come to you as far as what you're wanting to do for 2018?
Well, when you get to a point where you align yourself every morning, and I was also journaling every morning as well, a lot of ideas came to me. And in the past, I may go and, whatever, like, oh, here's an idea, here's like, I'm not sure what to do with it, whatever. Suddenly I start to see a little bit more patterns in the ideas that came up. And I feel like, the big shift was that I more and more trusted in that inner voice. And when the inner voice like came again and again, and I could see that pattern, I felt like, all right, here's something that I'm going for. And one of the things, like, for example, that came up was, I've been already location independent for 10 years, earning online income and being the CEO in my own company and that kind of stuff. In the past, I may have like, go full on into like, let's say, hey, let's just earn more money. Let's just, just achieve more, whatever. And I say right now, this lifestyle is great for period. Like, just like having that lifestyle right now, the fact that I'm free is already great as its own. Now, anything that I add to it, it's a bonus. So I'm not sure if it actually kind of answers your question, if something like B came up, but the idea that, like, you know, just being free and is already great on its own. I don't necessarily need to go so far ahead of myself to prove myself or validate myself or to the world.
That's beautiful. And what about in the area of romantic relationship? Any shifts?
Well, the shift happened a month after I finished the mastermind. Actually, on the last call of the mastermind, I was like, I wasn't, you know, I met quite a few women. I'm single, and I wasn't sure, like, you know, where to focus, how to choose, whatever. And actually, one of the other participants, that's actually what I really recommend joining a program like Lifestyle Perfected. It's not even just like Nadav's energy. It's like he attracts other great people with similar energy. And one of the other participants actually said, man, you know, before I met my wife, I decided that I'm creating a lot of space in my life. I'm actually saying no to almost everything until it's actually a hell yes. And that really inspired me, because I saw patterns in my life in terms of relationship where I kind of allowed things to come to just, yeah, all right, I have space, yeah, come in. It wasn't a hell yes, but yeah, just come in because I have space. And I decided to say no to a lot of things. I said no to sex, random sex, whatever. And now, a month later, like, you know, I met a wonderful woman, still dating her and like really enjoying like what comes up. But it only happened because I created enough space in my life. And that only happened because one of the other participants shared his story, which really inspired me.
Awesome. Sounds great. Anything else you want to share?
No, man. This is why I like the interview style, because like if I had to think, like I would like, all right, like I would just, something would come out, but it wouldn't be as powerful.
Yeah.
So thank you for the questions. They're very like,
yeah.
You know,
good. And I want to say to you, I'm very grateful for our friendship and brotherhood. The lifelong. We'll be at each other's weddings. We'll be at each other's whatever.
Amen.
You know, Brit Milah and everything. And yeah, really, you know, I'm really grateful that you took the course, and you know, it's just great to see you happy and thriving. So that's what feels nice to me. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to our meeting, whenever it's going to be.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
So, talking about my experience with Nadav and Lifestyle Perfected over the last year. I must admit, I haven't formally been in the Lifestyle Perfected program. I have gotten to know Nadav very intimately over the last 12 months as we've bought more than $1 million of real estate together. We have created visions together. We have co-managed together, co-founded ideas together that are coming true and into reality. And by being his business partner and speaking with him in many cases several times a day, I've also gotten to see the impact I started out by being able to see the impact that he had in other people's lives through individual coaching and then moving to masterminds. Initially, I was skeptical. Everybody has a kitschy thing, and Lifestyle Perfected, perfect your lifestyle. But when I started experiencing moments of potential growth around business and my life and the scale, I mean, things scaled very quickly for us in our business. Nadav was not my coach, but he was my business partner, and I was managing the growth. And I got to experience many times throughout the year the real magic of how he coaches people and why his coaching is so important in the world. I recently had someone stay at my house here in Maui who was interested in getting in coaching and had all these grandiose ideas.
And it was in that contrast that I realized the real power of Nadav's coaching is that he's living a life that is congruent with the type of clients that he wants to attract, but also the type of life that they themselves want to lead, but maybe can't quite see. And that's where I think the real magic sauce is with Nadav and the Lifestyle Perfected team. That it's one thing to say, I want to improve something. It's another thing to say, I want to feel differently. I'm not sure how to get there, and I want to get myself there. Because once you acknowledge that thoughts become things, all things become possible. What Nadav unlocks is the willingness to look at actually having it all and recognizing that wealth is a big, but actually a very small part of that. I love that he integrated feeling good into his coaching. I love that he brings in teachings from mystics, things that he's recognized in his own travels around the world, including to Peru and different burns. I love that there's a synthesis of ideas that is predicated on feeling good to help you be the best version of yourself, to be able to make a dent into whatever reality that you want to make a dent in. And I think more importantly than anything, what I've really gained from my relationship with Nadav, which I imagine from what I hear, his clients all feel an incredible level of intimacy and relationship with him. What I've gained from the relationship is a level of compassion that allows me to feel safe and good in his presence most of the time. I'd say 99% of the time. And that's really rare. But that's where the real growth is. When you have a coach that you feel compassionate and understood by, and a program that is supporting all of your goals, the sky literally becomes the limit. I think it's the compassion that really gets me with Nadav and the Lifestyle Perfected program. I do. And yeah, I've just been able to explore things in our relationship and working with him that I haven't been able to explore with any other business partner and any other coach. And it's the stuff that's deep inside. It's the stuff that I don't want to talk about. Being in a business relationship with a guy like Nadav, it eventually comes up and out. That's where I think the real beauty is. And I'm so grateful to know him, and I'm so grateful on the sidelines to learn about what Lifestyle Perfected is doing for people all around the world. It's one of the most congruent methods that I've seen for coaching highly successful or highly aspirational people ever. And I've spent thousands of dollars on coaches and personal development. And when you get to a certain point, it's like, what's next? And what is next is Nadav Wilf and Lifestyle Perfected. All right, I hope this works. Bye.
Hello, my name is Aníbal Pérez Arlenga. I am CEO here at Porta in Chile. Porta is an advertising agency with 100 talents working in it and roughly $40 million of billings a year. I was lucky enough to meet Ivica Jurjevic. He's a good friend of mine. We used to do business together, and we still do. And Ivica is a person that I admire a lot for the way he lives his life and the goals he achieves. And he was kind enough to pass me a little bit of his secret, which is working with Lifestyle Perfected. I think that the objective of the program is to give us people that, we're constantly working on business, we're constantly managing other people's money, and we do it with a lot of discipline, with a lot of tools, with a lot of rigorosity. But when we look at our life and when we look at our objectives and what we want to achieve, it seems like we have no time. We have no time to plan that, we have no time to take care of that, because we are too busy taking care of our business. So I think that what Lifestyle Perfected is giving me, it's giving me the same respect for I know it sounds obvious, but it's giving me the same respect for my personal goals and my personal happiness as the respect that I have for my clients' businesses. One of the nice surprises when you start working with Nadav, it's the team that is backing him up. Nadav is great, but I don't believe in genius people. I believe in genius teams, and this is what I found also working with Nadav. Elo, Tina, Yusuf. I mean, people that if you do the experience, you will get to know. They will guide you through the program. They will, in a good way, chase you so you achieve all the milestones that you have to achieve to get to the goal. And they will do it in a very, very nice way. I mean, you will feel like a rock star all the way through. Often when we're working with clients in marketing, we tell them that we're not going to give them a map, that we're going to give them a compass, because a compass feels more flexible and it feels more like you're free-flowing towards the direction that the compass is pointing to. But to be that honest, I believe that this program is not a compass. I believe that this program is a map. And it's a very concrete map with very clear steps. And the reason why it still feels like you're free-flowing through that map, it's because you created it. It's like designing my own journey. And it's a journey that, of course, it should lead to happiness. At the end of the day, that is the goal. But the beauty of it is that you don't have to reach the end of the map to reach happiness, because happiness is baked in throughout the journey. And finally, like I read in some book or some movie, happiness is only real when shared, right? You cannot be happy in your castle if you're surrounded by misery and poverty and sad people. So mastering this gives you the extra room to hopefully amplify that happiness towards the people that you can influence throughout your journey. And I think that's a super important thing, for this program not to be something just for you, but to be a multiplier of happiness for people around you.
Hey there, it's Regan Hillier here. I am the CEO of Regan Hillier International. We are a multi-million-dollar education company and we really help people take their life and their business to the next level. Now, I just wanted to create this quick video and thank you, Nadav, for the impact that you've had on my life and my business. Now, I am very much someone where I consider myself a leader, an entrepreneur, a change maker, and before I met you, I could definitely consider myself to be making a big impact in the world. But just through getting to know you and having conversations with you, you've really shifted my thinking and also shifted the way I do business. Now, I have integrated everything to actually be a for-purpose business in everything that I do across the board. You've changed the way that I look at impact. I was very much in a model where I thought I had to, make money through my business and then save some money and then look at where do I want to contribute. But just flipping my thinking and allowing me to actually integrate impact into my day-to-day business has changed the game. It's changed everything for me. Also, just in terms of investing as well, I've been able to go out and actually look at, wow, okay, if I'm going to take my money, invest my money, and leverage my money, I want to actually make sure that it's creating good on this planet and it's doing it in a way where it's creating large and long-lasting sustainable change. So you've just transformed my life and my thinking, and beyond me, the ripple effect really goes into my clients, it goes into all of my programs, it goes into other investing partners. So, the impact is just so far beyond me. So I just want to thank you so much. It's been amazing digging into the impact space with you, and I'm super excited to see what we create in the future. Lots of love.
So why did I want to do the Lifestyle Perfected program? I've done both the one-on-one coaching as well as the mastermind group. And I started with the one-on-one coaching because I had interacted with some successful executives, and they had both told me that coaching was a very important part of their success and always performing at peak performance. And so I was looking for a coach both professionally, personally, and spiritually, and saw that Nadav Wilf was starting to do coaching. So I did a free consultation with him and quickly learned that he had something special. He had a very unique approach to helping coach people in both professionally, personally, and spiritually. And so I did the one-on-one coaching, and then extended that into the mastermind group, and was happy with the results I achieved in both. Nadav has a keen ability to help you identify your limiting beliefs and replace them with positive, inspirational beliefs, and which help you kind of transform your life so that you not only perform better, you feel better about yourself. And so I think probably my biggest breakthrough was my relationship with money. I had some limiting beliefs around money and working that I was able to uncover with Nadav and reshape those negative beliefs into positive beliefs. And it's transformed my relationship with money and the way I approach my career and my business, and has helped me to be more positive and directional in my life, in my professional life. And then there were some really nice personal and spiritual breakthroughs that are a little bit more intimate that I don't want to necessarily share here. But if you have the opportunity to do coaching with Nadav, either in the one-on-one setting or participate in one of the mastermind groups, you will not meet a better group of people than the mastermind groups of the Lifestyle Perfected program. I met 10 incredible people who I consider friends, even though I've never been in the same room with most of them. So it's just that kind of intimate growth that you all do together that I think is special. And so I highly encourage you to at least have a conversation with Nadav about his coaching services and his Lifestyle Perfected mastermind groups. And I know you'll be thankful that you did. So I'm also available if you want to talk to me one-on-one. Have Nadav refer you to me, and would be happy to share with you my experience with him and why I highly recommend anyone who's looking for coaching and guidance in their lives to work with Nadav. Thanks.
All right, Eddie, talk to us.
Okay, my name is Eduardo, and I'm a business owner, focused on agriculture mainly. So the biggest tool I got from Nadav coaching was basically that confidence of thinking, coming from a place of abundance and feeling good with what I chose to do. What I mean by this is basically knowing that what I'm doing because I want to and not because I need to. So let's say one example. Before I used to tell them that, how can I connect with these people? They're in a much higher conscience than me. So he started helping me on the mindset specifically. Like, if you come from a place of abundance, if you add value to them in some way, it's going to be that easy. You don't need to be asking them for help. I think it's going to be the other way. How can I deliver value to them? How can I give them love or abundance? That was one of the main things, and honestly, it did work. It's just being more aligned to what you're doing, more aligned to your vision and mission, and that's the biggest tool to be more connected to yourself, but also be more connected to the people you want to deliver value.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's beautiful, and it's nice sitting here listening to you. I always get reminded when I'm coaching, when I'm being coached, when I'm coaching, I'm always learning as well. So it's just really nice being reminded of that. Cool. Anything else?
As for now, I think I don't. I mean, we did a lot of soul searching, if we can call it that way, and it was mainly connected to all these ideas that were flying to my mind, and just putting one vision, such as looking for solutions to fitting the world in a better way. And one other big thing I was thinking is, I had to stay into the farming industry. And at the end, there's so much more solutions than just farming. Like it could be getting into ag tech or connecting to different ways of delivering a software that could help us deliver inputs from the farming industry. It doesn't have to be one specific way. It's what I'm trying to express. Yeah. There are many ways to feeding the mission that we develop, and that really expand my vision into business. I'm sure I'm staying into the agriculture space, but I'm really expanding my mission and vision into more solutions, into creating a better food world. And regarding that, when I express this to other people, that has really opened me doors into more spaces, not just the primary space, but when you want to feed a better world, that really opens the space of your vision, and at the same time the space of the type of people you are connected. And what I mean type is not just, as an example, food producers, but also ag tech people that's work in the food industry, or people who is developing laws for having better food. And that's what I mean. When you express your mission, you got to connect with the same stuff you love in a different way.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, I think that's good.
I hope.
I think it's really good. I'm very grateful for our time together. You were my first customer.
I know, I'm really glad for that. It was fun, right?
Yeah. You're the first person in